Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario. I am Maker400, and we're gonna fight these Nimrods to get that switch, because you know we're supposed to, because they just told us what we're supposed to do. Though obviously, whether or not they told us, I was gonna press the switch anyway. So yeah, just another standard battle. I don't know if I've shown the blue Magic Koopa. I probably have. I think I have. I think actually the mini boss is technically just a regular blue Magic Koopa from way back in the prologue. Well, after the prologue technically, but whatever. I don't know, I showed this battle though because it's required, so whatever. In the meantime, maybe it's just me, but it seems like downloadable games just aren't given enough credit. I mean, okay, think about this. Back in the day, you have Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros, right? Super Mario Bros, and I found this actually a fact that's kind of really interesting. It's like I don't remember the exact numbers, but it's really small in terms of the amount of data that's actually in the game on the NES cartridge. To put that in perspective, from what I remember, the Word document the person was working on was bigger than the actual game. I mean, that's how small it was. That's how fast technology is getting, how advanced technology has gotten just in a short period of time. But anyway, and that game back then cost $50, and that's the only thing. People some people will complain about like game prices, saying they're still expensive. Well, yeah, they're quite expensive, but again, think about even though the price hasn't changed, they've always been about $50. The price hasn't changed, but the games have gotten more content, and like Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2 and Zelda, any of them, compared to the original Mario Bros, which was also $50 when it first came out. I mean, that in itself just basically tells you how. I mean, the fact that you can buy it on the VC for $500 or $5 from 50 to 5. That's like, you know, it's just kind of amazing how it's not really amazing, but they basically, the price has gone down because the content has gone up. For example, if you were to, yeah. So what was my point I was trying to make? I was making a point. Okay, so Mario Bros. Has very low amount of content, right? But it's still a great game, right? So then you get these downloadable games, which have arguably probably, I'd say, like, it'd be like buying. I mean, what I'm saying is you bought Mario Bros. On the console originally. You would buy it on the NES. So really, you could take one of these games and play them on, or have them be. Not necessarily SNES or NES because of the graphical qualities, but in terms of the amount of data, you could easily buy them as a game back then, and it wouldn't be odd to buy a game of with the content. Some of them aren't worth it, but some of them are. So what amazes me is the fact that like some of them really, I don't know why, but some downloadable games just they really get gypped. I don't get why they don't get as much attention as they should. I mean, it's convenient. It's easy just to go download them as opposed to going out and buying a game. Also, think about this cavern. Right here we have these bony beetles, which I think when you hit them with certain attacks, they'll shrink. Their spikes will shrink. Right when you just attack. Yeah, I think with certain attacks, like Watt's thing, I think gets rid of the spikes when you don't kill them. But Watt is the only partner you can use in this area, because if you try battling with another character, you won't be able to do any attacks because it'll be too dark. But yeah, I don't know. It just feels like they don't get as much attention as they should be getting. Like a lot of the, for WiiWare, Tokitori is a great game that is enjoyable. I mean, some of them do, like Mega Man, of course. But the thing is, Mega Man is already well known. So you know, it's not surprising that it gets so much attention. And you could say, oh, well, you know, you're talking about, and I'm not talking about just about Nintendo, I'm talking about, like, also Xbox and stuff. I mean, VC, of course, gets attention. People do like it because they're familiar, but how many people really talk about downloadable games that people like? The only one that I can think of, was that downloadable? I can't remember. Castle Crash, I don't think Castle Crash was downloadable, was it? I don't know. I honestly don't know. And I know quite little about the shop stuff for like Xbox and Sony, or for PlayStation. So I can't. I don't think it is it down. I don't think it's downloadable. I don't know. I don't think Castle Crest is downloadable. I think isn't I think there's a game that got some attention, Fat Prince. I think that's downloadable. I don't know. Anyway, but there doesn't seem to be as much attention for games in general that are downloadable, except for the ones that are well known. Usually, there's exceptions to everything. I mean, like for DSiWare, I've heard good things about. There's like this, arguably the best block breaker. It's certainly a clone, but best block breaker game ever. Which I want to try and buy. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but it was released recently. I've spent like weeks just playing Aura Climber. I mentioned that in Tokitori, I think, and that's like a really enjoyable game. It's just a really fun game, and it really should get more attention. There's a lot of games like people, if they're not familiar, they're not willing to even consider them. It seems, and it's odd because people will go out and buy console games. Though, and then again, third parties don't seem to get as much attention on Nintendo, but even on Xbox. I mean, you say, oh, third-party games get, or Xbox and Sony, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you say a lot of them get, because all the games on there are basically third-party. Essentially, there's not really any first-party games because Sony and Microsoft don't make any games. But you know, the games that get attention are the ones from the big-name companies. How many of the underrated third-party games do you see people buying? You know, so people saying that Nintendo has so great for third-party games, people aren't buying them, and that's the consumer, or that's the Nintendo fans' fault, and that's why third parties wouldn't go on Nintendo. How many low developer third-party games third-party developers do you see making games that are selling well on Xbox and Sony? Correct me if I'm wrong though, because I honestly don't know 100%. I don't hear a lot of things. I hear a lot of stuff about like Halo. Yeah, that's a third-party game. It's not. Microsoft doesn't own Bungie, to my knowledge. Actually, in fact, I read an article that they were supposedly making a multi-console game that possibly would be on the Wii. I don't know. Here we have the shop guy. This is the last shop in the game. So if you want to get any storage things, do it here. So yeah. This guy's betraying Bowser because he doesn't know it's Mario. And down here, if we defeat this Koopa Patrol coming up, we'll get a key, which will allow us to access another rest area. But yeah, it's like, and so I guess my point with the downloadable games is, you have a lot of those developers are really low key. They're not like big name third-party developers, and it feels like that'd be a good chance for them to get a name for themselves, and people just don't seem to care that much. Okay, this dialogue really piss the toad how Sulkin is, but you can take a quick nap here if you feel like it. So he's acting like this is secretive, right? And I'll watch what he says after I finish sleeping. Did you sleep well? Then take care and go. Oops, shh, I should be quiet, otherwise they'll find us. Why would they need to find you? You're in jail, they put you there. There's no reason to find you. They know where you are, you're stupid. In fact, the guy was guarding you, so I don't... It's not like you're doing an underground drug dealership or something, not that Bowser would care anyway. Okay, I'm just showing using the, that... Was it egg missile? I think egg missile that I made from, Taste T made for me. I just felt like showing it, because... Yeah. And let's kill this guy. And let's keep going on. So yeah, this castle's, this level's pretty cool. Overall, the music's kind of. The thing that's interesting though is it kind of got the same music, but as you go further in the level, it changes slightly. Some of the later ones, there's one that I really enjoy. When you get later in. Right now, it's it's decent. Right here we have it. I find this kind of interesting, kind of tedious, but also kind of interesting puzzle where it's not really even a puzzle, it's just filling up water, and then. But the thing I'm wondering, and you never shown in games, is the fact that there's all this water all over the stones. Why? How is it? Wouldn't it be water damaged? Like the whole castle should at this point, when the water is drained, everything should be water damaged. And in fact, those gates, shouldn't the water be going out through those grates? I mean, it's a video game logic, but the thing is, they could easily I mean, I don't know. Bowser could have built waterproof walls in this area. These don't seem to be waterproof. Or water, not really proof, but, watertight. I guess would be the... I don't know. But that's almost about it for this, this episode. Just a lot more, like, a lot of, like, getting to where the switch is, and then I'll cut to the next time, cut to after, the end. So let's go pull that lever and then get the key. So this has been Mega Freak 400. And I am reminding you, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.